Hi everybody, this is Rick Glumac. We're in week 4 of the legislative session, and I'm in the Hall of Honor today, right in the heart of the legislature. And I'm here this week with my esteemed colleague Ronna-Rae Leonard.
Hello.
Ronna-Rae is she's famously known for being the candidate who was before the recount or the final count came in, being slightly ahead by 9 votes in Courtenay. She's the MLA for Courtenay-Comox, and it must have been an exciting time for you.
Yes, it was a very exciting time. 9 has become my lucky number.
Yeah, I guess so.
It was May 9th when we had the election, won by 9 votes. And
yeah. So, and then after all the votes came in, it was a landslide victory.
Oh, landslide, yes, 189 votes.
There you go. Yeah.
However, a lot of people have come up to me since then saying, you know, I was one of those 9.
Oh yeah, there you go.
A few more than 9 came up and said that. So.
Yeah, well, that's what it shows. Every vote counts.
Absolutely, good lesson.
Yeah. So this week in the legislature, in the session, we haven't introduced any new bills, but we've been doing a lot of this estimates, it's called, and which gives the opposition an opportunity to ask questions to every individual ministry about their budget. So we've had a lot of that going on. It's a very in-depth process, and there's a lot of opportunity to get answers about the budget. So that's what we've been spending most of our time on. We basically break up into the House and what they call the Little House, and I've been chairing some of those meetings in the Little House. And so how have you been finding that? It's pretty riveting. I mean, it's important, but it's you know.
It's important. The ministers have to know their portfolios very well, and they have a team of staff that are there to support the minister, but ultimately they're the ones that have to answer to the opposition, and it's been pretty amazing listening to some of the ministers. They have not only just a good handle on what the portfolio is comprised of, but where they're heading.
Yeah. And although there hasn't been any new legislation introduced this week, there have been some announcements. We announced that we're going to be putting together, hiring somebody to do consultation on the ride sharing, just to make sure that everyone has their concerns listened to in terms of how we move forward with ride sharing and with the taxi industry. We also announced we're one of the provinces. We haven't done this, but other provinces do this, where we actually offer legislative services for drafting legislation to other parties. So we want to, we want to help, in a democratic way, make sure that other parties have the opportunity to draft the legislation, and so we're offering, our government is offering those services to the opposition parties as well. So those are a couple things. Yeah.
I'm really impressed with the consultation process that we're going to undertake regarding rideshare, because the issues that each community faces are going to be different. Rural BC's needs are going to be far different from Vancouver, Victoria, and other small urban centers. So I think it's a good step forward, and one that's needed, and it's going to be moving along at a decent pace so that we can actually come to some resolutions.
Exactly. And one interesting thing about this room is we're back.
We're back.
The whole wall is honoring women that have been elected to the legislature.
Yes,
we'll go take a look
today,
at that.
This month is Women's History. I guess we're back.
We're back.
We're back. We're on. We're off. We're on. We're off.
So
I just wanted to introduce my favorite women politicians. Here we have a photograph of Grace McInnes. She was the first BC woman elected to the Canadian House of Commons. And then she was also provincially elected to the Legislative Assembly. And she's one of the mothers of our party. And beside her is a photograph of Rosemary Brown, one of my big heroes. She was the first black woman elected to the provincial legislature, an NDPer as well, in 1972.
Yeah, so the whole wall is...
The whole wall is covered with women who have made a difference in the lives of British Columbians as elected representatives.
And this area is open to the public. You can come in any well, whenever the legislature's open, come on in, and there's a lot of great stuff to look at here. And
Yeah, it's on the first floor. It's called the Hall of Honor. There's some nice quotes up on the walls. So over here we have a quote from Rick Hansen, who this week we are partnering with as the provincial government to. Doesn't like this
We're back.
room. We're back. I wonder if it's there. We go.
well, we got some connection issues, so
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, with the Minister of Social Development, I think it is has announced ability issues in buildings, ramps, and etc. And his quote is, "I'm driven by a deep passion and need to make a difference and leave this world a little better than when I arrived."
well, there you go. We're having some connection issues, but I hope you enjoyed this little tour, and we'll see you again next week.
Bye-bye. Thanks for having me.